Hello, my name's Jisele, and I wanted to reintroduce the book that I'll be sharing with you. And the reason I am doing this, the reason is because I would like to do something to help people to recenter and get a different idea of how to look at the situations that are going on in life. There's a lot of seeming chaos that's going on in the world, and it can make you feel, really, it can really shake you up and knock you off your foundation, so to speak. And so I wrote a book some time ago, and when I look at it, it's almost like it's calling me, and I'm always wondering how I can help others to there again find their center, be more balanced, come from a space of love, and move away from fear. With so much going on in the world today, last year with the COVID, and then the vaccine concerns, and the mask, and then the frustration with the mask, and just so much fear. And of course, it was intensified on the news, which in my earlier live video that I did, my live stream on Facebook, I had suggested going on a media diet or greatly decrease your time watching it, because it's designed to grab you, suck you in. A lot of times the news, it's not all facts, and if you're coming from a space of fear, you're more susceptible to more things showing up in your life that you will fear. Okay, also it knocks your immune system down, and the whole point is to be strong in your body and your mind. So to move away from fear, to move toward love and compassion is what is really needed, not only for the world, for the planet, but for your own well-being. And so the book I wanted to share was The Mountains Are Calling. And yeah, it might be backwards, but it's The Mountains Are Calling, Messages Inspired by Nature. I did write this book, and this is based on true events, which have been used as metaphors for life. The messages are designed to inspire you and to encourage you to reclaim your life in a way that is your own design, instead of someone else's expectations, whether loved ones, friends, well-meaning friends, I should say, or the mass, or society. Okay? As you join in the experiences that the characters are having, I'm one of the characters because this is based on part of my life. Okay? As you join in the experience that the characters are having, you may find an aha moment or two surfacing from within yourself. We all have a much grander version of ourselves that has been hidden in many cases and not fully realized. This book is a calling to that amazing version of you, your God self, your God gift, that is always tugging at you when not fully expressed. Ultreya, move forward with courage and in love. So, introduction. This was originally written around 2004, shortly after the events in this book took place. The story is true and took place at a location called Two Ravens outside of Stanley, Idaho. If anybody lives in Idaho, you know this place, you know it's absolutely beautiful. Even almost 13 years ago, from the time of this book's completion, I find myself rereading my own story, and the memory of that experience still holds a dear place in my heart. The experience at Two Ravens felt magical to me, and I saw the value that it offered as metaphors for life. Not only has it been a reminder for me to not take life so seriously, but to live it with a sense of joy and ease. Everything always has a way of working out. My wish to you, dear reader, is to let this book inspire you and carry you into a more fulfilling life. Enjoy. Enjoy. Jisele Turi. I will read the first couple of pages, and basically we'll be doing one chapter each day. They're short chapters. But if you want to replay this, there are some questions that are asked that you can take the time, pause the video, and contemplate. I think you'll find it very valuable in helping you to recenter and find more harmony in your life. Lead the way. Looking out over the mountains, it seemed as if time stood still. Tall pine trees blowing in the breeze. A deer leapt, a rabbit scurried, an eagle let out a shrill. My body calm, I took a deep breath, feeling so at ease. Peace be still, I thought to myself, as I watched the rustling leaves. Why be judgmental, angry, or hurtful? Because it affects both you and me. Open your eyes and heart, and then you will truly see. Too many times life is poorly spent. Life is to live and to treasure each and every moment. So find a mountain, a grove of trees, or be in nature of any kind. Let love flow from your heart and lead the way, and oh, what precious gifts you will find. This poem was inspired probably from the same experiences I had while I was there in the mountains. And so I wrote this poem and wanted to share that with you. Dedication. During the time of the event, Mark and Sebastian were with me to share my adventures in this beautiful place. Mark Means was my husband, and Sebastian was our dog, our 150-pound Great Dane lab. In 2006, Mark passed about a year after his faithful companion, Sebastian, had passed. I dedicate this book to them. Mark, may your spirit soar even higher in your newfound freedom, and may you and Sebastian continue to treasure your time together. I love you both. Jisele. Chapter 1. Modern Technology versus Peace of Mind. Being out in the mountains to me is being in the real world, a world where you can hear yourself think clearly without all of the distractions of so-called modern society. As I was sipping on my mug of hot green tea, I was looking up at the majestic mountains in the near distance. My thoughts ran rapidly as I pondered my feelings concerning nature versus modern society. I emphasize the word modern because I truly believe that our society is extremely dependent on modern technology. There's so much of a dependency to the point of being mentally and emotionally crippled when it isn't readily available. Of course, I'm sure that I would get a lot of arguments on that thought, so let me explain. Let's look at our youth of today. They are being taught about how to use technology for their advantage, for the betterment of their future, better paying jobs, etc. All of this is wonderful, but only if modern technology is always available. Obviously, society is depending on that fact, but where is the backup plan? What if something were to happen where there was a breakdown in technology? What about blackouts, sometimes throughout several states, which may last from a couple of hours to a couple of days? Again, where is the backup plan? Now, when I wrote this book over 13 years ago, of course, I didn't know what's going to be happening now with all the blackouts and the loss of water and all the stuff that's happening. So this is why I thought this book was needed at this time. I'm not talking about generators, although they can be part of the plan. I'm talking about nature. How many children are taught the basics? Are the public schools teaching how to survive in case there is a glitch in our modern technology? Our youth will grow up to become adults, which are our future. What will they do if they are in an emergency situation with such a dependency ingrained in them without knowing the basics in order to thrive? Imagine spending more time in natural surroundings without the use of computers, cell phones, etc., breathing the fresh, life-giving air, absorbing the peaceful sounds of nature, and not feeling pressured by the constant rushing and stressful expectations of society. And here's the biggie: taking back the control and responsibility, which is the ability to respond, not react, of your own life. Doesn't that even sound more appealing? Modern technology has its positive points. Yes, I agree. Dependency is truly another matter. As I am writing this, I remember that our bodies are designed for movement, and I take the time to stretch and move this incredible body in all actuality to extend my life and flexibility of it. May I suggest using technology as a tool to enhance our lives, not to control our lives and our bodies. As I ponder these things, I could see the people of today likened to puppets on a string. If the puppeteer pulled on their strings and they continue to follow, everything in life is just fine. But if the puppet decided to have a mind of its own and didn't follow the puppeteer's commands, life as we know it ceases to exist. Most of society plays the role of the puppet. When technology is used in an abusive and controlling way, which unfortunately you're seeing that happen today, those behind it are the puppeteers. This is not always the case, but it is wise to be aware of the difference. For example, how many people work extremely hard to pay for one bill or another, even to the point of stress? Stress so severe that it manifests into disease in the mind and the body. Disease means not at ease. But the electric bill, the gas, the water, the food, the credit cards, etc., etc. Play the puppeteer's game and survive. Otherwise, don't play the game and be cut off and cease to exist. But only as we have been taught or led to believe. Key words here are as we have been led to believe or as we've been taught. Let us go back to thinking about our youth and what they are being taught to believe. It is true that they are usually learning from well-meaning people like teachers, parents, and/or other authoritative figures, which have also been led to believe in a certain way, even though if it was done with the best of intentions. What will it be, modern technology or taking back control of our lives? Why not have both? And we can, through a simple solution called balance. All right. I have a cat demanding my attention. So tomorrow will be chapter 2, which will be on balance. So I want to thank you for spending this time with me. I hope that we just started, but I hope that what I've offered you so far has given you something to kind of ponder and think about. And stay tuned for tomorrow, and we'll go into chapter 2. I look forward to you being here and spending this time with you. Bye-bye.